Becky Cotton became immortalized in 1810 with Parson Mason Locke Weems' version of her tale that was entitled The Bad Wife's Looking Glass, or God's Revenge Against Cruelty to Husbands. She was born around 1765, the daughter of James Kennedy, and she married John Cotton around 1785. Her father had a dispute with 3 of his neighbors, and so he fled to her house, her and her husband's house, seeking refuge. And the 3 men burst into the house and killed him, her father, in front of her and John Cotton, and her husband did nothing to stop it. So Parson Weems states that she basically felt like she had to revenge her father's death for the cowardice of her husband. She killed her husband around 1794, because that's when we find his estate being settled. And the legend goes that she waited for him to fall asleep, and she crept up the loft steps with an axe and buried it into his skull. Well, she had fled and gone to the upcountry, and they caught up with her at Kings Mountain and brought her back to Edgefield to stand trial. And she was put on trial, but they said that she was so beautiful and bewitching that the jury just fell in love with her, and they acquitted her of all charges. She actually married one of the jurors, Mr. Ellis, shortly after that. And but on May 5th, 1807, she was killed by her brother on the courthouse steps. Since that time, legends have spun out about Becky Cotton, adding more husbands to the story. One was Erasmus Smith, and she was supposed to have driven a mattress needle into his heart while he slumbered by the fire. Another husband was Joshua Terry, who she gave a dose of nightshade poison in his herbal tea. Well, she lived on Beaver Dam Creek. Beaver Dam Creek is now a part of Slade Lake, and there was a part of Beaver Dam Creek that was very deep, and they've named it Beck's Hole. She was supposed to have drug each of these men's lifeless bodies down to the hole and wrapped them in bricks and threw them down into the hole where they would not be found forever. And the legends have it that she still walks this area searching for a new husband. And there's also tales of hearing the wails of her husbands from the depths of Beck's Hole, where she laid them to rest.